Hello, everybody. That was a fantastic game on Monday Night Football. What an ending. What a finish. Just hearing the Bears and the Commanders at the podium for the post-game press conferences. If you enjoyed listening to them speak, be sure to like the video here, subscribe to the channel, share it. As Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears on a sloppy, wet, rainy Monday night from Landover pull out a come-from-behind 25-24 win over the Washington Commanders. The Chicago Bears have won their last 3 games in a row. They are turning their season around under Ben Johnson. They are 3-2 on the year. Caleb Williams threw for a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown. And what a job tonight by new Chicago Bears kicker Jake Moody, the former 49er, the former third-round pick. That was cut by San Francisco, making 4 field goals, including the game winner. And you know that Kyle Shanahan absolutely loved what he saw tonight. Couldn't stand Jake Moody in San Francisco. Lets him go. Shows the talent of why San Francisco selected him with the 3rd-round pick. Makes 4 field goals, 4 for 5 in the rain, including the game winner. What a football game. Everybody, Jayden Daniels on that final drive. Commanders were up by 2. And they were trying to run the clock out. They were trying to run the football. And Jayden Daniels fumbled the snap in the quarterback running back exchange. Ball was loose. Bears dove on it. Big time throw on a 3rd down conversion for Caleb Williams, and the running back Swift for Chicago ran them in the field goal range to get the job done. But both of these quarterbacks played solid tonight, showed their talent of being top 2 picks. Last year, Washington gets the last laugh on the miraculous Hail Mary play. And tonight on Monday Night Football in the rematch, Caleb Williams and the Bears, they get the last laugh on a last-second field goal. Chicago wins it on a Monday night.